All right, folks, today we are working on a Juniper Cypress Bowl. You can see I already turned the outside of it. I had a buddy in the shop and I didn't film that. We've already sanded it up to 600 and then I used both Yorkshire grits on it, and the finish in it is good enough. When slightly wet, I can actually see the hex lights in the piece, so it's really smooth. It's got a couple little imperfections where I had, I guess, some finger pressure grooves, since this is borderline cedar. You know, cypresses are very close to cedars, where I got some impressioning, I guess, from the sandpaper in my fingers, and then I had cross contamination from the red into the white. I've got a couple little instances of that where there's some striping, but it's very minimal. It's hard to see. It's really just in the one area, and I was done futzing with it. I want to do the inside of the bowl. It was what it was. I'm gonna leave it. Nothing is perfect, guys. Nothing is perfect. But we're gonna turn the inside. We're gonna try and get a good match to this profile, so be steep down and flat across. That's the goal. And we're gonna try and make it pretty thin. This bowl will be really light because of that. It's already very light, so it'll be very light and delicate in the hand, which will make it having a very high finish appealing, I think. So we're gonna do that. And like I said, the outside here, this is just the Yorkshire grits sanding paste. I did both of them, the regular, original, and the ultra fine on this. So that's where we're at. There's no finish on this bowl. Yeah, I mean, that has some wax in it, I guess, but I have not put an actual finish on this. All right, so we're gonna get started on this and draw out the bowl and get it cut. And she'll turn pretty fast. I'm in the 700s with just a slight wobble that I'm okay with. Honestly, I can speed through it. So this bowl's in good balance. It's not like the maple bowl that was causing us issues. I'm gonna start it at about 400. Got the round nose bit. We're gonna try and get a depression for the middle in here. Oop. I did not even notice from standing. I had it in reverse. That sure isn't gonna cut. There we go. Now it looks like it's spinning the right way. It was spinning backwards, guys. It was spinning backwards. We're gonna take this wax off of here. And use the spear point out here to give us a mark for where I want my shoulder to be. Yeah, we're gonna, like I said, I want to try and make this really thin. I don't know if that's a good idea with a light wood or not, but that's what we want to do. That's what I want to see. Okay, I'm okay with how sharp this is. Let's switch back to the round nose. Still got about a ½ inch on the bottom. I want to go down and add another 1/4 of an inch. I do want the bottom to be just a little thicker than the sides to give it some weight. This stuff smells so good, the juniper. Yeah, we're gonna bring this in some more down here, and we're gonna come across the floor some more. Yeah. Make sure y'all are clean. I can't tell. The camera lens is pointed way down. Just trying to catch the sawdust that's in there. Feeling where I've got issues. The bottom has some rings, especially from there in, and then there's one there. And the sides feel pretty good. Let's see if we can see that. Yeah, so you can see this ring here, this one. There's a few more there. So we're going to try and get another good cleaning pass across the bottom here and see. And I've got a little bit of a drop step in the sidewall here that I need to try to get rid of, where I crown in the wall. So I've got a wave that comes up and then it drops away here at the middle of the wall. Sorry, we got a phone call. Survey. Okay, so a little bit more off here to flatten that. We want a good clean drag across the bottom, and then we're pretty good. And hopefully we don't make a funnel. So we are at the E now. Yeah, we don't have a lot of room down there. And we're gonna turn this up real fast. Try to get a clean pass. I have to back y'all up again, I'm sorry. Hopefully you still see okay. I need to bring the tool in under the camera. 1 second. Okay, I don't feel major tool marks now. I'm pretty happy with that. I feel the dust that's in here. So that will sand smooth. So hopefully we can get the outside looking like the inside. We are down to the E. Now the bowl is that deep. Yeah, so we have about 1/4 of an inch on the bottom, give or take. Got a little bit of meat in the corner. I'm okay with that. Like, I used a round nose, like, is what it is. But this goes down, is very flat across the bottom, like we wanted. I'm very happy with that. We're gonna move this out of the way, and we're gonna get this sanded up. The dust is so pink. All right, so I'm not gonna have you watch the sanding. I'm just gonna go through it. We're gonna do 80 and up just to make sure we get everything out, that in case we do have some tool marks down here in this, and we'll get her done. All right, so we have sanded the inside up to 600. The Yorkshire grit says to sand to, I believe, at least 400. And then I've got the original, which comes in the black container, and the microfine, which comes in the white. We're gonna do both. This one leads into that one. This is plenty, but we're just gonna do it because that's what we did on the outside. So they say to get a fairly lint-free cloth, which I have here that I used on the outside, and use it to apply a thin coating to the inside. Get more as you need. And, you know, I just get a little dollop, and then I'm just gonna work my way around. Make sure I've got everywhere a little. Okay, looks like I got everything. And they say with the cloth, with the same applicator cloth in the same place, to turn the lathe on to about 500. And then you just hold your cloth in to buff that in. Maybe a little more. Make sure we get the edge. Yep, same thing, turn it up to 500. I'm just doing this in forward. Like, I don't think it needs to go both ways. So we're gonna start working this in. We can even do the outside again, because this is the same grit that we did before. Watch our ring of excess vanish down into the bottom, and we can pull it back out. And it is sanding because you can see I'm getting wood color back out of that, and this was white going on. So you can tell it's actually doing stuff. We are pulling wood out. It is a sanding finish, sanding paste. Here we'll use a clean part of the cloth. These are just painter's low lint cloths because I don't have old t-shirts anymore to use for this that I want to use. All those are gone. Okay. That's our bowl, guys. The bottom is really smooth. I'm very happy with that. We have a little bit of burriness where we're turning the end grain, you know, kind of like we would expect. We have a little bit of cross contamination into the pink from where I figured out that because this slopes further in before it drops down, that essentially I have end grain through here. That's what's causing this checkness because of the slope of the bowl. I've got exposed end grain this way on all these surfaces. So that's what's causing that appearance there. But it's smooth to the touch, feels good. It's a little rougher than say here, but it's fine. It's a good bowl. The edge is clean, it's super thin, flat on bottom. We're gonna turn it around. We're gonna use that jam chuck that we made the other day, and we're gonna see how that works to cut the foot off. I'll get a cloth for that set up. All right, give me just a second to get this out of here. Use this to center it. Then I know I am in the center. Then I can back it off. I don't have much of a dot in the middle on this guy. It's okay. It should find itself. Oh no! That's gonna scratch the inside. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the Cosworth chuck. Well, I might be able to sand that by hand. Here, I'll get this out of the way so I can show you what's up. Huh, that would have been better if I'd have put a mark on the bottom. Would not have been an issue. So, I've got, the foot's got a little bit of a spiral because you could tell it was cutting off axis. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but that. So this is flat and this is lumpy, and then that's where we had that shear. So I need to bring this down flat and trip the bottom. So I'll probably just do this off camera, get it touched up, and then come back and show you guys because it's gonna take a little bit to fix, and I don't want to punch through. It's pretty thin now.